City Council is considering a policy that would add air cooling requirements to rental units in Spokane, how it could affect renters, landlords, and affordable housing.
I'm keeping track of more active weather moving into our region. We could be seeing more showers and the return of mountain snow, the timing of it all.
Plus, the U.S. Navy began its blockade on the Strait of Hormuz today, how it's affecting peace negotiations and U.S. gas prices. That's all coming up on your Night Report. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for the Night Report here on KREM 2 News. I'm Sydney Schofield. New tonight, the Spokane City Council voted on 2 new policies that will affect different kinds of Spokane restaurants. One ordinance expanded the list of designated festival streets to include Garland Avenue and Sprag Avenue as destinations. The goal is to remove barriers for neighborhoods and event organizers to host events on public streets. Another ordinance passed tonight, so for the next year, the city of Spokane will not accept applications for drive-through fast food facilities at the areas that you see highlighted here on this map. The city is placing a moratorium on new drive-through restaurants to limit the traffic in busy areas like Division. The city finds drive-through facilities create conflict with people walking, biking, and rolling. They want to avoid that near existing and planned frequent transit stops. Pending applications and active construction projects are grandfathered in, but they say they won't accept new applications for a year. And at next week's Spokane City Council meeting, they'll discuss another new ordinance. It would mean landlords could be on the hook for how warm they keep each bedroom in their units, saying renters have the right to have relief from the heat. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy breaks down both sides of this proposal.
An ordinance announced by the city of Spokane aimed at lowering heat-related deaths is drawing strong reactions from people for and against it.
And they would need to provide mechanical cooling in order to be able to keep the space at a safe temperature.
This single bill will kill more units of affordable housing than any other piece of legislation I've seen in the state in 20 years.
The city says they'll be considering what's called a renter's right to cooling. The ordinance would require landlords to maintain bedrooms at a safe temperature, which the rule stipulates is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. That number was determined through a city partnership with the Gonzaga Climate Institute.
We've been working hard to try and figure out how to help Spokane to be better prepared for the next time we have a heat dome.
Dr. Brian Hedding's the director of the institute. He says the deadly 2021 Northwest heat dome in Spokane is what prompted the partnership to try and lower the risk of people dying from heat-related deaths in the future. He adds landlords may not be required to pay for AC units to make that happen.
It simply says that they need to be able to keep bedrooms at a safe temperature. And that can be achieved through trees and insulation and good windows, all sorts of what are called passive cooling measures.
But Sean Flynn with the Rental Housing Association of Washington argues that's not the case.
So your windows and insulation aren't going to help you in an extreme heat event when it's 110 degrees outside.
He says this will only make landlords face tough, costly decisions when it comes to adapting to the new law, eventually shrinking options for affordable housing in the future.
It defines cooling units, and it says you've got to bring every bedroom to below 80 degrees or it's uninhabitable. If they do build new units, they will be vastly more expensive, and the existing units will slowly come off the market.
Right now, council is expected to introduce the ordinance at their next meeting and vote on it sometime in May. If passed, landlords would need to adapt to the rule by 2031. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
It's time to talk weather now with meteorologist Cody Proctor, who joins us now from our outdoor weather center. Cody, you've got a coat on. It's a little chilly out there at this time of night.
Yeah, I'm feeling it right now at this very moment, so I'm hoping you don't hear my teeth chatter at any point because it is a little cold right now. One thing that is not helping that at all is the wind right now. Currently, our temperatures at the Spokane Airport at 47 degrees, but we have a south-southwest wind of 18 miles per hour moving through right now, so it's a bit breezy at this very moment. Around our region, those temperatures have dropped. Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint still into those 40s. Wenatchee and Moses Lake in the low 50s right now with some clear skies. We have been picking up some breezy winds around our region, mostly around Wenatchee and towards Pullman and around Spokane. Now, as we head into the next 12 hours, we are looking at temperatures continuing to drop down into the low 40s for tomorrow morning as we start off the day. But we're also expecting some breezy to gusty winds. At times, start to see some of those winds pick up as we head into tomorrow in the late morning. We also, again, have that chance for some showers in our forecast to move through. And as we take a peek at the next 3 days or so, We are looking to see those showers moving in. Our highs tomorrow could only be about 50 degrees potentially with those breezy to gusty winds, so might feel even colder outside. As you can see, the next few days after that, our temperatures look to be even colder with highs only into the upper 40s. We do look to warm up as we get closer to the weekend, but we have a lot of active weather to keep track of. I'll have more for you coming up later.
Cody, thank you. Tonight we know the identity of the 17-year-old who was shot and killed in Spokane Valley. Carter Cochran died last Wednesday night. The shooting happened at 16th Avenue near South Union Road. Cochran's grandmother said just 2 years ago the teen's mom died of leukemia. Since her passing, he'd been living with his grandmother. Despite his loss, she said he was full of life, jokes, and had a large group of friends. Today, a close friend of Cochran shared this photo of his jersey sitting on his chair at school. Investigators say last week he was in crisis and threatening self-harm, and he got into a car with 3 people inside. He was later forced out by the driver, and officials say the incident escalated and the driver shot Carter. Right now, no one is in custody. New tonight, we have now learned the cause of death of the woman found in a Sprag backyard last month. According to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, 26-year-old Aspen Valdez died of hypothermia in the setting of methamphetamine intoxication. Before her disappearance, the Sheriff's Office said Valdez got out of her family car in Sprag, saying she wanted to go to Spokane instead of back home to Yakima. Valdez's body was found in a Sprag yard on March 3rd, 5 days after she was reported missing. We're learning new information tonight about a deadly crash on State Route 27 last night. 3 vehicles were involved. 1 person died, 4 others were hurt. It happened between Valley Ford and Freeman. WSP says 1 car was driving north, drifted over the center lane and hit a car going south. Then another car going south hit that first car. WSP says 1 person was pronounced dead at the hospital shortly after. The crash remains under investigation tonight. An Idaho-based tech company is working to combat human trafficking by giving healthcare workers new tools. For the past few years, the company Vision has been working with Justice U, a platform focused on human trafficking education. Together, they created a tool that gives healthcare providers information to help identify and support potential human trafficking victims. Right now, it starts with a QR code.
They would scan that QR code. It would provide those indicators that they would be looking for at that moment, whether it is intake or billing or the exam room, the specific things you'd be looking for in that instance, and then it would guide them through the step-by-step of how to respond, including some pointers on how to have the conversation, how to make sure that the patient is safe.
The program launched in Mississippi, and in the first week alone, several children were found and rescued. The goal is to get this tool in care facilities nationwide. Stay with us. Coming up later tonight in our show, why an Idaho family says they're moving out of the state because of new legislation that was just passed. Plus, the U.S. Navy started its blockade on the Strait of Hormuz today, how it's affecting gas prices. That's next.